Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to week 7 of the SPL, the Shuckle Premier League. My name is CBAD, coach of the Detroit Steel Wings. We're coming off a great week 6, looking to keep that momentum going into week 7 and really just see what we can do, closing out the end of the season. I have my wants to continue on with the season. I have my wants for the season to wrap up. I think both are just a noble cause. So either way, I'm really looking forward to this matchup. Hope you guys are too. If you're new, subscribe. Closing in on 50,000 subscribers over here. And if you did that, one step closer, you get grade A content in your sub box. What's not to like? Also, go check out Viz's channel. I have not played Viz in many, many years, and he is just a fantastic battler. I'm really looking forward to this matchup. One way or another, it's either going to be really good and I'm going to enjoy it, or it's going to be really bad and I'm going to enjoy it. But either way, go check him out. Go subscribe over there. Check out the description for all the fun links if you guys want to get involved with the SPL. We have the fan server. We have the document here to keep up with things like the MVP race and all that stuff. Quillfish definitely giving the rest of the Pokemon a run for their money, at least for top 5 candidacy overall. So very excited for that. Really looking forward to this matchup. Viz's team is nuts. Absolutely just bonkers. And it was kind of hard to prep for, if I'm being honest. So we'll see exactly what we can do about it. You guys are going to start to see some you guys blah, 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 blah. You guys are going to start you guys are going to see some text floating somewhere on screen in post-production. If you guys would like to skip right on ahead of the battle, don't do that or you smell bad. Help out the watch time. Appreciate you. If you're in a hurry, of course, feel free to go on ahead and skip right to the battle. But the team builder is always crucial, so you know what I'm bringing and why I'm bringing it. Appreciate your time. You guys are going to start to see some teams appear on screen right about now. My opponent's team consists of Annihilate, Tinglu, Corviknight, Dragonite, Jolteon, Glamora, Armarouge, Ribombee, Basculin, Scyther, and Crocalor. Some things to note about my opponent's team: super fast with things like Jolteon, Ribombee, and Scyther. He's got some rockers with Annihilate, Glamora, and Tinglu, spikers with Glamora and Tinglu, a webs user in Ribombee, a T-spiker with Glamora, some hazard removal with either Glamora, Scyther, or Corviknight. He's got some healing support with Wish Jolteon if he chooses to bring it. Lots of turn momentum, lots of disruption momentum as well, lots of disruption as well, which is something we'll have to keep in mind of. 3 Terra Captains. First one being Jolteon with Electric, Ice, and Fairy. The next being Basculin with Water, Grass, and Dragon. The last being Crocalor, Fire, Fairy, and Grass. Honestly, it's really hard to pick 6. Like his team, if you look at like great Grecian statues, right, that are just molded and crafted by like the greats of their time, that's what this team looks like to me. Like I can't find an individual weak. This is Jenga. To disrupt this team is what it is. We have to pull out block by block to weaken it for it to fall down. Obviously in Jenga, you don't want the tower to fall down. Guess what? I never learned how to read. So kicking things off, we are starting off with Iron Grandpa, the Iron Bundle. He's rocking his heavy duty boots with the Quark Drive ability, Taunt, Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, and Flip Turn. 252 EVs in special attack, 48 in special defense, 208 in speed with a timid nature. With that speed, we're outspeeding the entire team, barring any Scarfers. We outpace Jolteon, we outpace Ribombee. It's going to be great. We are bringing Taunt this week in case of a Ribombee lead. If he does bring Ribombee, I'd like to lead off with Iron Bundle and click Taunt. I don't know if that will go well. You know, could be Mental Herb, something along those lines to still get those webs up. But that's kind of the game plan there. Basculin, I don't know if Basculin shows up. I don't know if it does. We obviously aren't carrying coverage for that with Freeze Dry. But it also has a lower special defense stat. Granted, he could bring the White Stripe Basculin, so it does have Eviolite, which might make it a little bit more difficult, but we're still hitting it really hard with a max special attack Hydro Pump there. Like I said, 208 EVs in speed put us at 396. We're outpacing my opponent's entire team, barring any Scarfers. 252 EVs in special attack just to maximize our damage output. And then just in case all of his physical priority is defensive, so I wanted to, just in case of like a random special like Scyther or something like that, running Vacuum Wave or something like that, I wanted that extra bulk there just in special defense, just to be able to help out there. The next Pokemon we are bringing really did well last week, so I'm thinking maybe it's not him, it's me. We're bringing Crazy Man the Hydreigon. He's rocking Life Orb with the Levitate ability. We have Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, Draco Meteor. 252 EVs in special attack, 4 in special defense, 252 in speed. With a timid nature, that we are speed tying Basculin and outspeeding everything below there. So we're outspeeding the Annihilate. Tinglu, Corviknight, Dragonite, Glamora, Armarouge, and Crocolore. So really, like, his fastest threats we're not outspeeding. Other than that, we outspeed everything barring any Scarfers. Hydreigon goes nuts. Hydreigon goes nuts, quite honestly. Great coverage for this team. Being able to drop Life Orb Draco Meteors is always a good thing. Carrying something like Flamethrower for the Corviknight. Crocolore is going to be interesting to keep tabs on, because Unaware Crocolore is obviously going to sit in front of a Nasty Plot Life Orb Hydreigon, so got to be careful about that. But this Pokemon should also help out with something like the Armarouge as well, which I'm really excited for. Just being able to help take some of those special hits a little bit better. We do have a little bit of natural bulk to us. Being able to outpace Dragonite naturally and just hit it really hard with the Life Orb Draco Meteor, even with multi-scale, should be doing a lot of damage. Next Pokemon we are bringing Tummy Man the Don fan. He is rocking his Assault Vest with the Sturdy ability, Knockoff, Ice Shard, Rapid Spin, and Earthquake. 252 EVs in HP, 176 in attack, 80 in special defense with a Careful Nature. With the HP investment, Assault Vest, and Careful Nature, we are 3-hit KO'd by a modest Glamora Energy Ball, and we do great damage back with Earthquake and Ice Shard, which is fantastic. Ice Shard's good priority for something like Dragonite. I feel like if you have a 4x weakness, you want to bring that priority for it. It can also be good for a Scyther as well. If Scyther decides to show up and play, being able to have that Ice Shard advantage could be good. Any chip that we can get on Jolteon being faster could be good as well. The Assault Vest does help us tank hits from that Jolteon a bit more. I would expect a Terra Jolteon to potentially show up, maybe with Quick Feet, to outpace our Iron Bundle. But if it is not Terra Jolteon, if it is standard Jolteon, we do handle that quite well with our bulk there. Knockoff's always good for removing items, quite honestly. Removing something like the, leftovers or something like that from Corviknight, removing leftovers or something like that from Tinglu, removing an Eviolite from Crocolore is always a good opportunity. Next Pokemon we are bringing Loudman the Klefki. He is rocking his Light Clay with the Prankster ability, Reflect, Light Screen, Thunder Wave, and Steel Beam. 252 EVs in HP, 252 in defense, 4 in special defense with a Bold Nature. Dual Screen setup worked really well for us last week. I'm going to try to replicate somewhat of that. It is going to be a little bit harder. He does have some potential to haze us out, or not haze us out, phase us out with things like Tinglu. He does get a few Pokemon that have access to Roar, few Pokemon, Clear Smog access, Haze access, and stuff like that. So we got to be careful about it, but I think dual screens will help us just take on the brunt of his offense a little bit more. Annihilate and Scyther are the only Pokemon that get Brick Break, so that is good to know. But just being able to take some of those hits just a little bit better as well will be nice. Thunder Wave's good to paralyze things. Yellow color never hurt anybody there. And then Steel Beam, I'd like Steel Beam here because it does allow us, if we are able to paralyze something, and then maybe go for a Steel Beam if we do end up knocking ourselves out with Steel Beam, that being a 140 base power move where we lose 50% of our max HP. Get us a clean switch into something that can hopefully start setting up behind screens in front of a paralyzed target. Could be very beneficial to us. Speaking of setting up behind screens, next Pokemon we are bringing is Birdson the Halucha. He's rocking his Key Berry with the Unburden ability. Swords Dance, Close Combat, Acrobatics, and Roost. 116 EVs in HP, 252 in attack, 140 in speed with an Adamant Nature. With this spread, we are outspeeding Annihilate and below before the Unburden boost. We're outspeeding absolutely everything after the Unburden boost. The Key Berry is for taking we will get a defense rage by 1 stage after we're hit by a physical attack. So the anticipation here is to potentially set up on something like the Annihilate behind screens, setting up on something potentially like the Dragonite behind screens, Tinglu, Scyther, Basculin, something that's going to pop this Key Berry behind a screen so it automatically boosts our defense ahead of time. Roost is good for the longevity. Close Combat and Acrobatics do a whirlwind to my opponent's team, which is nice. He's got a few Pokemon that do resist those, but other than that, I mean, Acrobatics for Annihilate, Close Combat for Tinglu, Close Combat the Corviknight, Acrobatics for Dragonite, Close Combat Jolteon, Close Combat Glamora, Acrobatics for the Armarouge, Acrobatics for Ribombee, Dual Stab for Basculin, Acrobatics for Scyther, Crocolore, again, that Unaware Crocolore being a little bit of a problem, but we do have a Pokemon that is going to be able to boost in front of and break through that Unaware ability, and that's going to be the Bonk, Ogerpon Hearthflame. She's rocking her Hearthflame mask with the Mold Breaker ability, so we do not care about Unaware. We have Swords Dance, Trailblaze, Ivy Cudgel, and Knockoff, 84 EVs in HP, 252 in attack, 172 in the speed with an Adamant Nature. With this spread, we are outspeeding Timid Glamora prior to going for Trailblaze. After 2 Trailblazes, we actually outspeed a +1 Jolteon. So if he does bring a Quick Feet set in anticipation of trying to keep up with something like a boosting Iron Bundle from a speed side. After 2 Trailblazes, we will outpace that by 1 as well. Ivy Cudgel and Knockoff do a lot of good things for us. Knockoff is just great for removing items in general. And then Ivy Cudgel, if it's not resisted, just hits really, really hard. Just hits really, really hard. Mold Breaker being a nice ability, being able to go through Dragonite's multi-scale as well. So even though it is a resisted hit, if we're boosted enough, it does a lot of damage there. And I think Ogerpon Hearthflame has what it takes. I think it'll be a good combination of potentially Hydreigon in front of a few weakened targets and paralyzed things, going for a nasty plot and sweeping. Halucha being able to get a Swords Dance off if Crocolore doesn't show up. Ogerpon being able to set up in front of the Crocolore and going from there. So really excited for this matchup. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm going to cut to team preview and we'll be right back. All right, week 7 of the SPL. We're taking on Viz. Let's see what he's bringing. All right, so we don't see any Jolteon, which is always a good idea. Good thing, good thing. Dragonite, Crocolore did show up. Scyther, Armarouge, Annihilate, and Corviknight. Okay, so the good news here, right? The good news here is that Crocolore is hysteric Abden. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Could be kind of slow. Like part of me almost wants to, like, Scyther's obviously very fast, right? But could be like a Trick Room team because I have so much room for speed boosting potential here, right? So, I'm trying to figure out how I want to go about this. I think the best play, if it's a Scyther lead, I may switch out, but let's lead Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle looks pretty free here. Dragonite's going to be interesting. Yeah, it looks like maybe like a Trick Room Armarouge because the rest of his team can be like, you know, running like Brave, Annihilate, and things of that nature. Corviknight could be interesting to deal with. Need to be mindful of Hydreigon and Ogerpon being able to break through the Corviknight. Ogerpon being able to put to work the Crocolore. Yeah, I think we're going to lead off with Iron Bundle. We outspeed everything naturally, so let's see what he's bringing. I talked about it in the team builder. Man's got a Grecian statue of a team. I love it. It is so well crafted and designed. Big fan, big fan. Really looking forward to this. Oh, and you already know we got the Cassiopeia theme going. It's off of the NX, which is the Scyther. Okay, this is what I kind of anticipated as a lead. Ice Beam does knock this thing out. Ice Beam does knock this thing out. It would have to be like a Choice Banded set to knock us out. Yeah, it'd have to be like a Choice Banded set to knock us out here. I am just going to toss off an Ice Beam. Do U-turns. Okay, so he is Scarf Scyther. Okay. Fine by me. Fine by me. That's good information to have. We know where his speed is. Crocolore or Armarouge could come in here. Was that Nabaki? Or the Annihilate, actually. That's some good damage. We see leftovers on the Annihilate. The Hydro Pump's really not doing that much. 32 to 37. Let's go on ahead and switch into... Would you go for a Rage Fist right now? Rage Fist doing 43 to 50. Well, if I hit you again... Each time the user was hit. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was a physical contact move or not like that. Let's go out into Donphan here. Let's keep this thing alive. There's the Rage Fist. Okay. About 28%. Okay, so he is very uninvested. He is a very, like, specially defensive. He's a very specially defensive Annihilate. I'm going to go for a knockoff to remove this thing's leftovers. Yeah, that's like pretty max HP, max special defense based on the rolls there. Yeah, he's got bulk up. All right, we'll get rid of those leftovers. Unfortunately, that means that fortunately, that means that Rage Fist is sitting at 150. Would he beat Drain Punch? Because I'm thinking like Rage Fist bulk up. Would he beat Brick Break as well? If I were to switch into Klefki right here to get up a Reflect or something along those lines? Let's go on to Klefki. +1 Rage Fist at 150 is doing 65 to 77. There's Drain Punch. All right, Rage Fist bulk up Drain Punch. I don't know if he'd be Rage Fist bulk up Drain Punch Brick Break. I will go for the Reflect here. Scyther could be Scarf with Brick Break. I don't think Annihilate would be Rage Fist, Bulk Up, Drain Punch, Brick Break. All right. We're sitting under half, which is where I kind of want to be. Let's Light Screen. I'm going to Thunder Wave, and then I'm going to Steel Beam. Let's see what he wants to do here. Because I'm trying to see if going into Halucha like right after this is the play. I think it might be going on to Ogerpon after this might be the play here. He withdraws. Okay. That is fine with me. Goes down to Yujiro, which is the Corviknight. Okay. Corviknight has pressure. Corviknight does have Taunt. It doesn't have the ability to get us out of here. So if we can go for a nice little Thunder Wave right here. Let's see what he's got. All right, we do get the full para here. Beautiful. Okay, so I am going to go right out into Ogerpon here. There's the defog. Okay. So we have no Reflect up, so a Brave Bird could do a good amount of damage to us. I feel like Ivy Cudgel's the right play. Just to threaten this thing. We can always get our screens back up. He withdraws. Goes on to the Karakalor. All right, I am going to get rid of this thing's Eviolite right here. Unaware with Eviolite is with Slack Off. I mean, it is a fantastic Pokemon to have. Okay. Has Encore, just in case I wanted to set up in front of it. I like that tech. I like that tech a lot. I feel like it's good enough time. So if I go out into Iron Bundle against this thing with no Eviolite. Now, Hydro Pump's doing 95 to 112. What if it's like Fairy? You know, 47 to 56. Yeah. Let's go on Iron Bundle here. We're getting a lot of good information about his team. Here's the Terra. Okay. Terra Fairy. Terra Fairy. There's the Slack off as well. I mean, 47 to 56 to max specially defensive. Max specially defensive Crocolore is a fantastic place to be at. We're at 63, so we'd be 2-shot by an uninvested Flamethrower here. I'll just go for it. You can switch in the Annihilate here to boost the Rage Fist. All right. We are sitting at 4. Is not at +1 or anything like that. We are sitting at 200 base power Rage Fist right now, unfortunately. So I think what we need to do here is just get his... how much is Drain Punch doing? 160... I'm going to taunt this thing. I don't want to go in for a bulk up, actually. Let's do that, because if he knocks us out, we can go into something to threaten this. There's the Drain Punch. That's going to knock us out. All right. Annihilate. KO's bundle with Drain Punch. Okay. Hydreigon versus this thing. Hydreigon's doing 49 to 54. Hawlucha on a clean switch. Hawlucha on a clean switch. To 94 to 111 to us if I'm keeping track of the Rage Fist turns right, because that does not reset. Let's go out into Klefki here. Let's get our Reflect up. Let's get the Reflect up here. Annihilate's so good. Just a move like Rage Fist just compounding over and over. Fantastic. It is taunted, which is always a good thing. There's the Drain Punch. Okay. Now Hawlucha, behind a Reflect, we can take a Rage Fist a little bit more. So I'm actually going to go for a Steel Beam right here. Get a free switch into that. Maybe goes out into the Corviknight. Goes for the Drain Punch again. Okay, that's fine. Klefki KOs itself with Steel Beam. Good damage. I shook off the taunt. Okay. We still do have a Reflect up. So let's go into Hawlucha here. We're going to go for a Swords Dance. If you got the Key Berry, if he goes for a Rage Fist, Here comes the no Eviolite having Crocolore. Okay. What if you're Terrablast? What does that do to me? $70 to $83. So at acrobatics, 31. I'm gonna go on Ogerpon here. There's the Terrablast. Okay. Take that pretty well. Ivy Cudgel, very unresisted. 33 to 40. High chance to crit. He can always click Encore here, right? If I just click Ivy Cudgel. We need to break this thing down. Big crit. Not a big crit. What? Oh, I wasn't typing it right. Haha. Okay. I'll go for another one here. We got to keep this thing low. Annihilate comes out. Annihilate doesn't want two of these. All right. We knocked out Crocolore. Beautiful. All right. Ogerpon KOs Crocolore with Ivy Cudgel. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hawlucha has potential. Slim potential, but potential. We still have Reflect up. Dragonite could come out here. Scyther comes out here, actually. Yeah, Scyther comes out here, so we save Ogerpon. Bob-Omb. Armarouge comes out. Okay. I'm gonna go right out in a Hydreigon here on this. There's the Armor Cannon. I did 29% to us. Do you... I should look. Do you get like a fairy or a fighting move? You do get Aura Sphere. Okay. I'll just go for a Dark Pulse. Life Orb, Dark Pulse. Are you Colbur Berry? Withdraws. Okay. Goes on to Yujiro. There's the Corviknight. Okay. We see Leftovers. And the Reflect wore off. Okay. Flamethrower is doing great damage to this thing. Oh, very specially defensive. Oh, full para as well. Okay. Let's just go for another flamethrower here. Hydreigon knocks out Corviknight with flamethrower. All right, Scyther comes out here, right? Here comes Anax. That's the Scyther. Yeah, here's a Scyther. Okay. I feel like it's just a U-turn. I feel like we sack. I'm going to drop a Draco in case he does something crazy. Yeah. I feel like we just sack right there. Scyther KOs Hydreigon with U-turn. Fine by me. We still haven't seen the Dragonite in the back. Lots of physical attackers aside from Armarouge. Acrobatic still doing two-shotting a uninvested Armarouge, so it's got to have some HP because we saw how much that armor cannon did to Hydreigon. Here comes the Bob-omb. Okay. Is this Donphan's time to come in? Or is this Ogerpon's time to come in? Knockoff doing 84 to 100. No, this is Donphan's time to come in. So I feel like Annihilate comes in here, right, and just takes the hit. I feel like it's a very easy Annihilate switch for him. Let me talk this out because somebody in the comment section is going to be like, well, I just switch. Switching it, like sacking this thing right now, like this thing cannot do damage to Donphan, right? Armarouge. Yeah, Energy Ball, I mean, we take those. We go for an Earthquake. We go for a knockoff, something like that afterwards into it, right? I feel like getting Annihilate in to continue setting up is probably his best bet. I'm going to double out into Ogerpon here. He did not switch. That was not the play. He could go for just like an Energy Ball. Goes for Iron Defense. There it is. There it is. Okay. I don't know if I live anything from this. Where am I at? 277. I'm at 86. I could Swords Dance and then try to go for a knockoff. I think I'm going to do that. His Psyshock's doing 50 to 59, but he's not max special attack. We see another Iron Defense. Okay. I Swords Dance again. Like body press? Like what do you do? Are you weak armor? If I like Trailblaze into a knockoff? There's a weak armor. Okay, yep. Stored power. That's what it is. Okay. I don't think I'm faster at the +1. Oh, I am. Oh, that did not do anything. That did not do anything. I was ready for that to not do a thing there. Is that the weakness policy? Yeah, that's the weakness policy. That's game. All right, Armarouge. I like this Armarouge set. Armarouge KOs Ogerpon with stored power. In some world, does AV Donphan live this? Probably not. What are you? +2, +2, +4, +4. Stored power? No, no shot. No shot. Oh, and it's +2 armor cannon anyways. Yep. All right. I think that's game. Armarouge KOs Donphan with armor cannon. That's really how you do it right there, folks. That is a well-crafted Pokemon to just come in and well-position himself in there, you know? Maybe Earthquake. I don't even know if Earthquake Madonphan would have saved it from weak armor. I don't think it would have saved it from weak armor. Weakness policy. That was a great game. GG Viz. That was a fantastic match. I tried my best to dance around there. And unfortunately, that's what a really well played Armarouge does for you. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. If you guys have, make sure you leave a like. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. Of course, guys, go check out Viz's side of the battle. Link to his channel and all the other coaches will be in the description of this video. Appreciate you guys watching. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. And I'll see you all in the next video. Later.